Welcome back to Uncaged on the talkSPORT MMA YouTube channel. I know what you're thinking. These lads are back again. Why are they back? Well, we're back because he's back. That's right. El Predator, the one and only Mr. Francis Ngannou is back, and he is back in MMA. PFL have announced that Francis Ngannou on October the 19th will be back inside the smart cage. I say back inside the smart cage. He hasn't been inside the smart cage. He signed for the PFL a long time ago. We've seen him box. We've seen him push Tyson Fury. We've seen him fall short against Anthony Joshua, but we've not seen him with those PFL 4-ounce gloves on as of yet. We're going to see it on October the 19th, which is extremely exciting for all MMA fans. And he is taking on, ladies and gentlemen, the monster, the 7-foot beast that is Renan Ferreira. You are shaking your head, Mr. Brendan Loughnane. It's a mouth-watering contest. What a way to, one, come back from the Anthony Joshua knockout, and two, announce yourself inside the PFL smart cage.
I mean, mate, welcome back to MMA versus Renan Ferreira. Like, that guy is incredible, Adam. I mean, who at 7 foot can do backflips when they win? He's an absolute specimen. I mean, this guy, if he was born in the US, would be a linebacker of the highest order. Like, he's a freak athlete. Incredible fighter, great Muay Thai, at a great gym. But Francis Ngannou is that guy as well. Look at the stuff that he's come up with in his career. When you count him out, you put him in there with Tyson Fury, he finds a way just nearly. Anthony Joshua fell short but took the challenge on. And he welcomes himself back to MMA against this monster.
Listen, we'll talk about the person that maybe a lot of fight fans don't know too much about in a minute in Renan Ferreira. But let's get stuck into the Francis Ngannou story, the journey to this particular point, because he has done phenomenal things. Everybody knows, if you've been keeping up to date with what he did in the world of boxing, the way that he came out of those sand mines, got himself into France, taking on a sport that was illegal in that particular country, then ships himself over to Las Vegas and goes on this incredible rise in the UFC where he crowns himself the UFC champion, beating Stipe Miocic, and then obviously goes on to defend it on multiple occasions himself. Then, obviously leaves the UFC, signs with the PFL, and enters the world of boxing. And doesn't just enter the world of boxing, goes in there and takes on what many would class as the best heavyweight on the planet right now in Tyson Fury, obviously. We've now got Alexander Usyk. It's kind of been developed, that story a touch. And then in his second bout, he takes on Olympic gold medalist and two-time unified heavyweight champion in Anthony Joshua. And he falls short dramatically against Anthony Joshua, as many would have thought would have happened when someone from the world of MMA steps in with an elite boxer, okay? There's no great shakes against him. But this is where I'm at with that scenario right now. Francis has gone through an awful lot of trauma in his personal life. Everybody, if you've been following fight sports, knows full well what has been going on with Francis. He's coming off the back of a devastating knockout defeat in the world of boxing to Anthony Joshua. What version of Francis Ngannou are we getting on October the 19th? That is the big, big question. Because the version of Francis Ngannou that I last saw in an octagon is mustard. He might even be the best heavyweight on the planet. That last version. But I haven't seen that version for the best part of 2 years now. This is a massive, massive moment in the career of Francis Ngannou, because if he bounces back in like he left the UFC when he was the champion against Cyril Gane, my days, my friend, the world is alight once again. Because this guy is not only is a special human being, he's just a special athlete in 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah, I mean, what a story. What an unbreakable man. Like, going through all that, what you just touched upon, I mean, he's such an inspiration to anyone out there. If you don't know about his story, go and check it out. Taking on Fury, then to Joshua. But there's a but here. That was a devastating knockout. Like devastating, you know.
Nobody's done that to him in 4-ounce gloves, mate. That's never happened to him before.
Yeah, it was devastating. And, coming back from that fighting Renan, I mean, listen, Renan's also lost, Adam. Let's just touch on that. He's also been taken down and out-grappled. I'm at the PFL. I've seen it. But what I've also seen is him just starch people. Like, he's so long and hard to hit. He's so athletic. it's an incredible fight. And like, I'm happy for him too, that he gets to fight Ngannou and get his name out there after winning the PFL belt. I'm really happy for him. I did wonder why he wasn't in the season this year. I was like, wait, he's just ran through everyone. Why is he not in the season? Now it makes sense. Breaking news, Francis Ngannou. What a fight from PFL and even the co-main, Adam. The co-main. Let's talk about the co-main. We've been waiting for that fight for how long?
Well, is it 2 years? Something like that. I don't know. How long have they been trying to make Larissa Pacheco against Chrissy Cyborg? Chris Cyborg, one of the greatest female mixed martial artists of all time. That is without doubt. Yeah. And Larissa Pacheco of recent times has been that person where we've all been saying, maybe that's the challenge. I know that obviously we saw Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes. That was the challenge, and we know how all that played out. I'd love to see him go at it again. I don't think that's ever going to materialise. Yeah. This is the fight on this side with Bellator and PFL that a lot of fight fans have been calling for an awful lot of time. And I think Chris Cyborg needs it, man. She needs a proper fight, and this is absolutely a proper fight.
Pacheco was the last person to beat Kayla Harrison. Look how good Kayla Harrison is. Look at what she did when you put her in the UFC. Look at what she's about to do. This girl is a serious competitor, and Larissa Pacheco beat her. And now she's going to fight Cyborg, arguably one of the greatest women fighters of all time, definitely top 3. Them 2 fights are exactly what PFL needed right now.
It does feel like a big announcement, like a big moment in the PFL history. Listen, it's been doing some great things. We love the European series. We love, obviously, through what you've achieved and what Dakota's doing. There's a lot of British interest on that World Series and the tournaments that in the different weight divisions. But firstly, heavyweights, you survive on your heavyweights. You know, if your heavyweight division's flying, you've got big heavyweights that excite people, that get them on the edge of your seat. Boxing's the exact same. Everything filters down from that particular point. No disrespect to the heavyweights that have come through so far. The star power is Francis Ngannou. That's the star. You've got a 7-foot monster in front of him. You know, it's a Hollywood story conversation. It's Balboa, it's Drago. It's that type of vibe for this particular MMA contest. And then, as you just said, to support that with a co-main event that everybody's been wanting for such a long period of time, to finally get it signed, to get it over the line, to get it on the same night, the same card. This so far, this is no disrespect to you, my friend, or anybody else that's just fought in the PFL. This so far for the PFL is the biggest night. And if it delivers the moments that it should deliver, who knows where this goes?
No, Adam, I'll be honest with you. I was so happy when Francis Ngannou signed for the PFL because it gave a bit of credibility to the brand. A lot of people were saying to me, PFL, as soon as Ngannou signed, oh, that place Ngannou fights. Literally, that's how big he is. He is that name that PFL needed. And now you're going to put him in. You're not going to give him a warm-up fight, Adam. You're sticking him in with this Brazilian monster. And you've got 2 very, very, very scary gentlemen going at it on the night. And it is exactly what PFL needed.
Does it get out of the first round? You see, sometimes when there's that much power in people's fists, you do get a bit of a standoff, don't you? You get a little bit of a look. Come on, then, are you going or am I going? I'm waiting for you. Are you waiting for me? What's happening? For some reason, I don't think you're going to get it with these 2. I think you're just going to get, go on then, let's have it.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's going to transition over all the boxing training that Ngannou's been doing. I really think it could transition over to MMA. I mean, look how good Conor looked with his hands after he fought Mayweather. It really does bring a different aspect. And I can't really see it. But then look what he did to Cyril Gane when he switched for the double leg. Like, it just can happen with Ngannou. At the end of the day, he is an MMA fighter. Renan has been wrestled before. Who knows? He might just be wrestling the whole camp and surprise everyone. But that is what we pay to see.
I hope not. I hope he just got bombs away.
I can't wait.
October 19th. We haven't got a destination for this, but with the size of the card, the size of the names, and this, maybe the size of the demands of some of those paychecks, kind of think it's going to be heading towards the Middle East. All right, we'll keep you up to date with that as we get a little bit more information. Is Cyborg's legacy on the line with her fight against Pacheco?
Definitely. 100% it is. I mean, how can it not be? Do you know what I mean? She's coming into the PFL now. You know, she lost to Nunes in the UFC quite convincingly. And she's coming over to the PFL now. Pacheco's no joke. Both world-class elite fighters. I'm really excited for that. Two bangers, absolute bangers. They sit down and they throw. And I can expect fireworks in that one.
You going to try and get yourself on that card after the final?
One at a time, Adam, mate, please. You're just trying to overload me with fights here. Please, mate, let me have a breather.
Mate, you know what I mean? I just fancy a little trip out there, just so I can be cage side for a bit of
that. The final's November.
All right, then we'll do it in between. Do it in between semi-final and November.
As if the schedule ain't busy enough, mate. As if I'm not busy enough.
Little tune-up. Keep your ticket over, lad.
Trying to be Mr. MMA Uncaged, win world titles. What else you want from me? Do you want a little exhibition in the middle?
Listen, man, we're a long time retired. I'm trying to milk you for as much as I can whilst you're here.
True.
All right, pal.
True.
Listen, what an unbelievable announcement from the PFL. Congratulations to them. Francis Ngannou is back. October the 19th. That is the date. Put it in your diary. You're not going to want to miss it. Renan Ferreira is the man that he's going to be facing. If you've not seen Renan Ferreira, go Google him now. He's absolutely gigantic and he puts people to kick. This is going to be a sensational fight. The co-main event, Larissa Pacheco taking on Chrissy Cyborg, a hotly anticipated featherweight bout as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Leave your comments in the section below. Get excited. El Predator is back. We'll catch you next time.